If you are just beginning to learn philosophy, this video is definitely for you, because we are going to delve into some fundamental concepts that will lay the groundwork for your philosophical exploration. Don't worry if you find these ideas a bit abstract at first, as I will be using plenty of examples to make them more accessible. So let's jump right in and explore the concepts of the subject, the object, the subjective, and the objective. I wholeheartedly believe that without a solid understanding of these concepts, you will have difficulty understanding ontology, epistemology, as well as the works of prominent philosophers like Immanuel Kant, René Descartes, Martin Heidegger, as well as John Locke and David Hume. So stay with me because this is important. Let's start with the concept of the subject. In philosophy, the subject refers to the individual experiencing or perceiving something. It is the I or me who is aware of their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. To put it simply, the subject is you, the conscious being who's observing and reflecting upon the world. Now, let's move on to the object. The object, in contrast to the subject, is the thing or entity that is being experienced or perceived. It is the something that exists independently of our subjective experience. Objects can be physical, like a chair or a tree, or they can be abstract, like love or justice. Essentially, the object is anything that can be the focus of our attention or knowledge. To understand the difference between the subjective and the objective, let's consider the perspective of the subject. Subjective refers to something that is influenced by personal feelings, emotions, or opinions. It is inherently tied to the subject's individual perspective and can vary from one person to another. For example, if I say, "I like the taste of chocolate ice cream," that statement is subjective because it is based on my personal preference and feelings toward chocolate ice cream. Another person may have a different opinion and prefer vanilla instead. On the other hand, objective refers to something that is independent of personal feelings or opinions and is based on facts and evidence. It deals with the external reality that exists outside of our subjective experiences. For instance, if I say, "Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius," that statement is objectively true because it is a scientifically verifiable fact. It doesn't depend on anyone's personal perspective or emotions. It is true regardless of what anyone believes or feels about it. Now, let's put all these concepts together with a concrete example. Imagine you and your friends are attending a music concert. As the subject, each one of you will have a different subjective experience. One person might find the music uplifting and enjoyable, while another might find it too loud or uninteresting. These subjective experiences vary because they are influenced by personal preferences and emotions. However, there are also objective aspects to the concert. The objective elements include things like the performers on the stage, the musical instruments being played, the lyrics of the songs, and the duration of the concert. These objective elements exist independently of individual emotions, opinions, or feelings. They can be observed and verified by anyone attending the concert. So, to summarize, the subject is the individual experiencing or perceiving something, while the object is the thing or entity being experienced. Subjective refers to personal feelings and opinions, while objective refers to facts and evidence that are independent of personal perspectives. Now, at the beginning of the video, I told you that if you don't understand these concepts clearly, you will have problem understanding the works of many prominent philosophers. Many philosophers have actually written extensively on the concepts of subject, object, subjective, and objective throughout history. Here are a few notable philosophers. Number 1, Immanuel Kant. Kant's philosophical system places great importance on the distinction between subject and object. In his influential work, Critique of Pure Reason, he explores the relationship between the mind, the subject, and external reality, or object, and discusses how our knowledge is shaped by both. Number 2, René Descartes. Descartes, a French philosopher, famously tackled the subject-object relationship in his work, Meditations on First Philosophy. He emphasized the distinction between the thinking self, the subject, and the physical world, the object, and sought to establish certain knowledge through introspection. Number 3, Hegel. Hegel's work, Phenomenology of Spirit, explores the dialectical relationship between the subject and the object. He argues that our understanding of reality is shaped through a continuous process of interaction between the subject and the object, leading to a higher synthesis of knowledge. Number 4, John Locke. Locke's An Essay Concerning Human Understanding is a foundational work in epistemology. He explores how knowledge is acquired through sensory experiences and argues that our ideas are ultimately derived from our interactions with external objects. Number 5, Martin Heidegger. Heidegger's work, Being and Time, addresses the existential aspects of subjectivity and objectivity. He examines the relationship between being in the world, the subject, and the things encountered in our everyday existence, the object, to explore the nature of human existence. Number 6, David Hume. Hume's philosophical inquiries touch upon the subject-object relationship in his work, A Treatise of Human Nature. He explores how our perceptions and experiences shape our understanding of the world and questions the extent to which we can establish objective knowledge. These are just a few examples of philosophers who have engaged with the concepts of subject, object, subjective, and objective in their works. Each philosopher brings their own unique perspective and insights, making philosophy a rich and diverse field of study. Exploring the writings of these philosophers can provide deeper insights into these concepts and their implications for our understanding of reality and human experiences. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.